Hey everyone, and welcome to Creative Callouts. I'm your host Giggila, and this episode I'm joined by SirRifty, who is a member of the Team Genesis and who's worked on Golden Iron and has 370k plus plays. Rifty, how are you?
How are you, Giggila?
I'm doing good. So let's jump straight into this. Golden Islands, your big project you're working on. How's that been going?
I tell you what, though, it's been going pretty well the last few months. We've been going through so many variations of the map. We've just we had to decide so many times. We've scrapped so much stuff, but now it's coming back on track, and we're looking to get it out soon enough.
Yeah. Do you have an estimated month or even date?
I'd say it probably will come out either the middle of this month or at least as early as next month, the first week or two.
Yeah.
That's when we want to get it out.
Nice. So let's jump back in time. When did Golden Island come out?
It started. Do you want to know how it started?
Yeah.
It started because I was bored, like lockdown, obviously. So 2020, and I just got on one night and started placing prefabs and all, as you do.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I just saw something. You ever just see something and
Yeah.
you just want to expand from it. That's exactly what I did.
Mm.
I didn't expect it to become what it is right now, today. So I'm just grateful for it. And yeah.
Yeah. Well, now you have a decently large team now working on it.
Yes.
Obviously now you're doing way more things with Genesis.
Absolutely.
How's that been doing?
It's actually, this year we rebooted it. We actually decided to close it down at some point late last year because it wasn't doing that well. But when we rebooted it this year, I don't know. We started when UEFN first dropped in March. We released it. We released a map, and it was called Odd Park, and it was the best. It performed so well. It was just crazy, the amount of reception we got for it, and people were making videos on it. It was just crazy. Genesis has been doing really well the last few months, and most recently we just released a map called Chili's Iceberg, which is like Five Nights at Freddy's. So
yeah,
that's been going well as well. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good map and a good take on Five Nights at Freddy's using Fortnite's tools and everything, and obviously Cawthon's all right with everyone making FNAF copies. Otherwise, you guys would be so striked. You would be striked to hell. But thankfully, Scott Cawthon is an amazing guy, and he's even funded so many other projects.
Yes.
But moving back to Fortnite, with obviously Golden Island coming out soon, you've got a load of storyline stuff bringing up, don't you?
Oh, we do. It's actually it's the final season ever of this map, and what we have in store is very it's just insane. We've been writing this for a few months, going over drafts of stories and all. But I think we've got it now, and yeah.
Yeah, and I know you have voice acting in for this one because I am guest starring as the character called the Golden Devil, who is, in a brief description, he's like a hunter who's trying to kill all the Midas variants, which it's a cool story. The guy's super evil, but it's a cool story.
Yeah, he's just we introduced this character back in chapter 2, season 6 of Golden Island, so a little over a year and a half ago at this point. And back then, we knew we wanted him to be so evil, but we just didn't know how to go about, writing his story. And the start of this year, we came up with a story and all, but we felt like the Golden Devil would be a fitting character to end off the Golden Island storyline. Because,
He's going to be a decently important character in the upcoming months of story. I don't know actually how long this season lasts.
It'll be a few months.
Yeah, it'll be a few months, but I know he will be an important character in that, and he's going to be prominent figure on the scene, and I just can't wait to see how the story takes the character.
Yeah, he has a sidekick. His name's Shadow. Well, it's more of sidekick. That's how I can describe him. And well, he's not as evil as the Golden Devil, but I guess the way I could describe him is is how he just throws him around like a puppet.
Yeah, more like a puppet or like a lackey or something like that.
Yes, he's just evil. Well, he's not as obviously, like I said, he's not as evil, but he wants to take over the map as well. So there's that.
Yeah, I mean, the storyline for this guy, he's a sadistic guy, but which is an opposite role to what I normally am in real life. But it's cool to dabble in the other side a little bit.
Yes.
This is my first voice acting role.
Yes.
And I'm interested to see. We will have updates going out on FCNews when these go out. We will have, as of recording, tomorrow a post should be coming out. So that will be the 3rd. A post will come out about this.
Yes.
But obviously this podcast goes up as of you guys listening, the 4th. So the post will already be out at that point. But that will be coming out shortly for us. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And obviously the future of the map.
The journey is going to be ending with this season, so I hope it does well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Another map, right, that I've worked with, I haven't directly worked on it, but I've worked with is obviously Chili's Iceberg, which the people who made it, Lake Sopodamian, are absolutely amazing at what they did with this map. Like, I tried it out the other day and it was just amazing. Like, so close to FNAF, and the characters. I love the custom characters. I love Charles and all, and I did voice acting on those. I did the tapes.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's kind of some secrets in the map as well. Like, you'll find some secrets. So yeah, I've worked on a few other maps, but they're kind of old and broken. So yeah.
Yeah, so it might be worth going back and revamping. Because, I mean, I've seen so many maps now being revamped using UEFN.
Yeah.
Because there's even old maps like Go Goated. Go Goated is a really old map, and that got revamped. And I think it's still a work in progress, but it is live and it is up.
Yeah.
And it's doing pretty good. So, yeah, no, it's a good one.
I'd love to see some, like, older maps. You know, do you remember Scissors Death Run?
Yeah.
Remember those?
Who would forget that?
They are absolutely, they're ancient now, but, like, I'd love to see them, like, be revamped. Obviously, I don't think Scissors would do it, but, like, you know, creators now, like, would do that. I'd love to see that happen.
Yeah, something of that, I wouldn't say complexity, but difficulty.
Yes.
To make in UEFN and to carry on the Scissors, like, legacy, because obviously back then it was made in Battle Labs, which isn't even around anymore. Which they should bring that back.
Not even Battle Labs. It was made in Playground mode, which
yes, it was.
Which is just shocking, because the difference between Battle Lab and Playground, you had all these options, and you just, like, it was amazing. Yeah,
no, I completely forgot it was called Playgrounds. I mean, I wasn't around then.
Of course.
So that one's on me. But no, it's cool to see the change between everything and how far it's evolved. Because, I mean, if you look back at Creative when it came out in season 7, that was
Yes.
nothing compared to what you could do now. You could barely make like one of the most basic maps you could do now.
It's definitely like from then to now. It's it'll be 5 years. Yeah, 5 years in about 2 months. Creative
Oh
will
wow!
have been around. Now
Yeah.
we have UEFN, so that's crazy to think.
Yeah, it is such a drastic change. And yes, there's always something that the community is going to complain about Creative, either the XP or just glitches in general.
Yes,
The community is always going to find a way to complain.
of course. It's
It's
Fortnite
just
community.
it's Fortnite community plus Twitter plus any other social media.
Yes.
That's the internet for you. If you're not new, if you need to, have some better time with it, you should maybe look into it before coming fully into this community.
Exactly.
I'll be honest, but
Exactly.
some of the community can be absolutely amazing. Like some of the best I saw recently was when Donald Mustard retired.
Yeah.
The community was the outpour of respect and thanks
Yeah.
towards Donald was absolutely amazing to see.
Yes.
And then obviously all the recent ones of the epic let goes and layoffs, the
Yeah.
16% off.
People were
That
offering
was
jobs, which was absolutely
yeah,
incredible.
they there's one person in the community who is no longer in the community, hopefully. If you were on Twitter on that day, you will know who I'm talking about. I am not going to say his name.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. He made a very crude comment, and everyone in the community was. I think someone tried to fight him. I think someone tried to fight him verbally,
and
for good reason.
Epic employees actually replied and sent his creator code to the right people to get it taken away. So,
yeah, deservingly.
It's the right thing to do because people lost their jobs, which have essentially practically ruined their lives.
Yeah.
So
it wouldn't have ruined all of theirs, but there is a good portion of that 16 that would have been like their reputation not damaged, but it's obviously it's still good. They have the experience of working at Epic. I doubt most of them will be able to have difficulty finding a job with their talent at Epic, with all the things they've been able to do with the BR and everything. I don't think they'll have many issues finding another digital job. But obviously, it is sad to see. It is really sad to see. My condolences go out to all of the Epic employees that got let go. And I've seen a couple of ones where people who have stayed are not feeling so good about it because they've lost so many co-workers. Survivor guilt.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate. And one of the people who did get released was a friend of some of our team as well. Yeah. So it was sad to see, but we, like I said, best wishes towards them, and hopefully we get to see them in other jobs and hopefully making more amazing things.
Absolutely.
But thinking of making more amazing things, the communities, all their different posts and everything, if you look back to how it was, there's so many good designers now, so many good creators, and there's the occasional one that's not so good, mainly if they're like 12 or 2 sometimes. It looks like I've seen some builds where it is like 2 prefabs and they call it a map.
Oh well.
I've seen a BR with just prefabs and they called it a map. I've seen people rip off maps and call it a map. No.
I saw a mess.
Oh, thankfully they're having a UI change. I'm hoping it comes soon, because when they do that, please implement something about discovery. Please do, Epic.
A UI is different from an algorithm, and trust me, that
Yeah.
algorithm is not good at all.
Oh, I'm just hoping they change the algorithm at the same time.
The algorithm is horrible right now.
Oh, yeah. That you can see maps that are, it's just terrible.
You know,
It's I get like the Only Up maps.
right?
They were popular and people made them. They were good maps.
Yeah.
But one of the other ones, what's it? The toilet thing.
Oh, the skibbity toilet.
Yeah. How did that get past Epic's discovery? I know it doesn't work that well. It's literally, you just upload a couple times and you get it in. That is literally it. The only ones that deserve to be there are like Best in UEFN. That one's a good one. Recently played.
Of course.
What else could be added in there? Recommended of previous plays. That's a good one. There's a couple tabs which are definitely good, but they've just got too many tabs now.
Yeah, I'm glad they're adding a search bar, but also when it comes to discovery, to actually get into it, it's like one big game of luck. It's either you get into it or you don't get into it, and if you don't get into it, you're never going to get into it. So
yeah, it's no longer for discovery. It's no longer about skill. Kind of, the only way it was about skill is when Epic picked it themselves in like the very early stages. But now it's all just based around literally luck. The only one that isn't luck is Epic's picks.
That's not luck. That's obviously
selection.
I think that's the only tab in Discover that's like properly monitored and like.
It's because Epic does that one.
Stuff. Yeah.
Epic. That's the only tab apart from by Epic that Epic has fully control of. I think.
Yeah.
Because the rest of them, they don't really. They have control, but they just let it do its thing, which they really shouldn't. They should monitor it a bit more and have some more regulation on it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, they need to. That's one thing they need to update. But I'm not hating on Fortnite. I love Fortnite. But Epic, there's a couple of things you gotta fix. A couple of things you gotta put together and. Oh, I mean, like I said, there's always going to be someone complaining.
Always.
It's the community. You're never going to get everyone happy. And I mean, with the new boss that's there, Charlie Wen, I think's his name.
Yes.
He's obviously only just got in recently, so he's still got plenty of time. There is no judgment from me. I still want to see what he can do first, but he's got a big title to live up to. Oh,
he has to pick up where Donald left off, which is, I'm sure he can do, because look, he worked for Marvel Studios, he worked for Sony, he worked for a lot of places.
Yeah.
So I actually have faith in whatever he does. So.
Yeah, he's just got big shoes to fill, which is it. It's going. I'm interested to see. I want to see what he can do.
It'll be interesting to say the least.
I mean, the community's not been liking it so far, but to be fair, he's not really done anything yet. Oh, so absolutely. They're just complaining, as usual. That's the community. Are we going to keep saying that? But is there anything you want to shout out? Anything you want to promote? Get out there.
I actually have a few things.
Go for it.
I might. Hopefully, I can show a teaser on here. If it is, it's probably slapped up here somewhere. But if not, then there is a lot to come. The map Golden Island Season 2, it'll be 0 build, right? The locations will be made, but they won't be on grid. So, also mostly everything on the map, it'll all be destructible, except, let's say, important locations. Let's say, lore or, big...
Yeah, all terrain pieces, things like that.
Yeah. And, Yeah, no, the map, we want to get it out around mid-October or early November, so that's a big aim. If we don't, we will obviously let everybody know on our Twitter accounts.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's really all I have.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for next episode coming out next week, Wednesday, same time. And until then, keep up to date. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.